Hi everybody! Today for Sunday Funday, we're going to see how I draw a cat scout. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. So cat scout. You know what? Hang on. The paper's a little wet right there, so I might have to move it over just a little bit. And the reason I'm moving it over is because I'm going to do a little wheelbarrow, a little wagon over here. So cat scout, I'm kind of thinking like Girl Scouts, you know, but with a cat. So I'm just trying to come up with something a little more fun, a little different to draw, you know, rather than superheroes and dinosaurs all the time, you know. I'm just thinking something a little more fun for everybody. So if someone wants to draw a Girl Scout, I can draw a cat style, you know, something like that. I just thought it'd be fun to do. Okay, so they also wear the little gloves, so let me put those on them. I guess mittens, right? Kittens with mittens. Isn't that the whole rhyming fun thing? Okay, but, okay, so since I'm gonna have her holding a little, what do you call it, wagon, I gotta make sure her hand's holding it. We'll put cowboy boots on her. Cowgirl boots, right? If it's a girl, they're cowgirl boots. Alright. Okay, so let's see, with this, we'll go ahead and do a real hand with the glove just on the side, like that. And then this one coming down, but holding, let's see, so kind of forward a little bit. Still the glove. And let's see, we're gonna have it holding a little wagon, and I'm just kind of making this up too, so you know, it may not be 100% correct what a wagon looks like, but how hard is it, right? It's just a box. Speaking of boxes, it's gonna be holding the cookie boxes, right? That's why we all love Girl Scouts with their delicious cookies. Thank you so much for your contribution to the cookie industry. Let's see. Let's try to give her a little flag too. So let's see if I can draw some boxes for cookies. It's in there like that. We'll have a little flag up. I'm just trying to give it a little bit more fun to draw because it shouldn't take too long, so I'm trying to think of something different, you know? There we go. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I guess I need to draw the cat face. Okay, I'm gonna give her a little brownie hat or Girl Scout hat. Let's see if I could do this. Gotta make it look cute, right? And that's gonna be the tricky part to be subtle with it, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Because we're working with Sharpies and they're going to be super loud is what I say the Sharpies are, because once you draw with that black Sharpie, it screams at you, you know, and I say that a lot, that it's very loud. It says, hey, I'm a Sharpie, look at me. So with things like fur and subtlety, I gotta figure out how to what lines I'm going to draw and what lines I'm not. Okay, not bad, not bad. And so same thing like whiskers. Like, do you draw whiskers or do you just let color take care of it? I think I'll do the whiskers. Give her a little big hat. Okay. And I was gonna have the ears coming out of the hat. Okay, I think I'm ready. Yeah, let's do it. Let's switch over to Sharpie and let's welcome everybody that skipped. And get going. I'm gonna erase some of these lines because I don't need them all for the Sharpie to stand out. And I just need like a small ghost of an image to trace over. Guide me. Okay, I think that's enough. Okay, let's welcome everybody that skipped to this portion of the video. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point and can find the things that a fine point can't quite find. So, I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of it, but I left a small ghost of an image that I can use to guide me in what I'm going to be doing here. So I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because it's a little finer and I can control the line widths better. So I'm going to start with the eyes and get us going. So for the cat eyes, I'm just going to kind of follow my sketch, kind of like this, just to see if I've got it about in the right spot. It looks about good to me. So from here, I'm going to draw the roundness and then just kind of reconnect the points. And actually, let me use this too because my hand is a little sweaty. I want to make sure I don't sweat all over my paper here. So I'm going to go around, and if it's not perfect, it's no big deal. I'm not worried about it. I'm going to come in like this and put it a little bit under the eye, like it's the lid, you know, so it's not perfectly round. It's the lid's kind of over the top part. Like that. Not bad. Not bad at all. So, I kind of don't want to draw anymore. Let's see if we can just draw a little bit of like a little bit of a little eye part like that. Maybe I'll darken up the edge just a little bit just to kind of accent that it's thicker. And if you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just trying to capture that essence of a cat. Or like what it is that screams cat, you know, like this should be colored in, but I want to do that with color, so I'm not going to do that with a point. I'm just going to let color take care of that. So, now that we're there, let's go ahead and draw a little bit of a pupil. That little cat eye shape, like that. There we go. Not bad, not bad. So now we're going to draw a little nose. I'm going to draw the nostrils first to make sure I know where I am. Then just kind of come in here and do this. Subtle little nose, you know, a little tiny, little petite cat nose. And let's draw the mouth. We're going to come down a little bit and then draw, give her a little bit of a smile. So if you're just joining us and you didn't follow along the sketch, I'm kind of playing around with the whole idea of a Girl Scout. That's what the idea of this one is. So now that I got that in there, I'm going to use this Sharpie still for the fine parts like the fur, and then I'm going to come back with this for the hard edges like the hat. So let's follow this around, and what I'm going to do is give it a little bit of wisps for the hair, and then just it's not a hard edge, you know what I mean? It's fine cat hair, but it's not a hard edge. It's not completely round. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a look. How about we do this? Let's draw where the hat's going to be, and that will like this. That will give me start-stop points, and I can build off of this. Okay, so I'm gonna come around here for the hair, for the face. It's gonna kind of, like I said, just gonna kind of come around and draw little wisps. I'm just kind of doing both parts just to see if I've got it where I want it. And it looks good. It looks looking really good. So I'm gonna keep going here. And like I said, that's a subtle little look that I can't quite get with the big fat Sharpie. See how thick that is? So that's why I kind of wanted to do that. So now I'm just gonna, for the muzzle, you know, the mouth part, I'm just gonna do a little bit like this. Same thing over here. Come around, draw a little like whisker face, but I don't want it as a hard edge. Like that. Because like I said, it's whiskers or it's fur. So, you know, we got to be real subtle in what we're gonna put in here. And then color will take care of the rest. Now, I think for the whiskers, we should probably go ahead and do it because they're there. And we're just gonna do a few. We'll just do like that. Because they're normally white, but you know, they kind of stand out as that's what a cat has, you know, so it's a little needed. It's a little nuanced that's needed. Okay, so I think that's good there, and then I can draw. Let's draw the ears coming out of the hat. I should probably draw the hat too, so you can see where we are. But again, I wanted to do that with this smaller Sharpie to be subtle with the fur. And I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit, not too much. Alright, so I'm moving over to the big Sharpie. And I'm going to draw the hat. So the hat's going to come in here like this. That's got that little point on top, and they usually have like, what's that little insignia on the front? I don't know, not too sure what it is. But since we're making this up as a cat scout, we'll go ahead and create our own little insignia, right? Which is basically going to be a paw print. So we'll just do that, like that. There's our little cat scout den paw print, you know. Let's put this little seam up here on top too. That'll kind of make it come alive, you know, like it's an actual manufactured sewn hat. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the rest of the outfit here. So I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to draw a little handkerchief. So I'm going to knot it up right there. Draw one end hanging down like this, the other one like that. I can bring it up here, bring it up there like that, and that's where I've got it wrapped around. And with the smaller Sharpie, I'm going to draw some creases and folds just to show that it's, you know, a wrapped up little handkerchief around his neck. Alrighty. Okay, so now let's draw her little vest. Come out like this. And they've got usually like some badges and things like that, so I'm going to put those in there too. I'll come in here for the one edge. Come back, bring it up like this. Same thing, gonna bring this one down. And it's in front of everything, so we can kind of just draw it straight and then put everything else behind it. Because you always want to draw what's in front and then you draw what's behind. That way there's less you gotta draw, you know? Okay, so let's give him some badges and some merit badges. You know what I mean? Those little patches. Not too much because, you know, we're not going to go crazy, but you know, just some fun stuff here and there. And I don't know what any of these are. I'm just kind of making stuff up. According to some pictures of outfits, you know. So don't feel bad if you're not doing exactly the same thing as me. I'm just kind of making this up. And just kind of going with what I see. So, you know, just make up whatever you like. All right. Looking good, looking good. So now, let's draw the hands. So I'm gonna have this one back behind, but in front of this dress. So I'm gonna draw a little shirt sleeve hanging out like this. Little arm, fuzzy arm coming down like that. And I'm gonna go ahead and give him like animal or like human hands. So I'm gonna wear the gloves. Little thumb is hanging down like this. And the fingers like that back behind the skirt. I'm just gonna kind of draw some folds for the glove. And then I can draw the skirt coming down like this. Oh, but you know what? I need to draw this hand before I draw the rest of the skirt over here. So let's draw this one over here. So I'm going to draw this sleeve like we did there. And this one's going to be holding the wagon. And so I'm just going to draw the glove like we did there. But this one's kind of at an angle holding around the handle. Like that. And again, it's going to add a little bit of extra detail for the glove to show that it's, you know, a little a white glove instead of just a hand. Okay, so now I can draw the skirt hanging down like this. Gonna connect it, and I added boots, cowboy boots. So this one's straight at you, coming down like this. Cowgirl boots, sorry, gotta correct myself. I did that in the sketch too. That it's a girl, so they're cowgirl boots. Alright. Okay, let's add little extra features there, little detail. Some little creases and folds because they're boots and they get worn. Like that. And a little heel there. Alright. So that's it for that, but I want to add a wagon. So built a handle right here. And that's what she's holding on to. And I'm not going to use a Sharpie. I mean, I have to use Sharpies because that's what I'm drawing with, right? I'm not going to use a straight edge is what I was going to say. I'm just going to eyeball it. So, got a wagon out here. So let's say the handle's coming down here, just doing this. All right, not bad, not bad. And I'm just kind of making up what a wagon handle looks like from what I can remember as a kid. Like something like this, okay? So don't worry about if yours doesn't come out perfect or exactly like mine. I'm just making this up. So I'm gonna draw a wagon like this. And see how I'm not worried about whether it's straight or not? I'm just having fun. Okay, and I drew kind of a lip there, so let's go ahead and just add the extra edge. Like that. And we'll add this corner. Since it's not a hard edge, I'm just going to come in with the smaller Sharpie and just do a subtle corner like that. Okay? And we're just going to add like some little boxes of cookies, you know, just little square boxes or, you know, rectangular boxes, I guess. And that's all. Nothing crazy. Not drawing a whole bunch of them, just a few, just to, you know, show that that's what she's selling, you know, boxes of cookies. And I'm kind of trying to keep the same perspective, but it's no big deal if it doesn't quite come out the same. You know, because like I always say, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. And, you know, let's just have fun along the way. All right, so let's give her a flag. Again, I'm just going to eyeball this. So let's say her flag is attached to the wagon. Man, I lost my words. And let's give it some dynamic flow. We'll draw the wheels in a second, so I know it looks like it's floating. Don't worry. Like that, and let's give them the little paw print insignia. All right, looking good. Let's see. So let's just make up some wheels. I'm just gonna draw some circles. Do the one in front like this. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be exact. Just kind of making up circles for wheels. And it's okay if they're not perfect, you know? We're just creating. Let me add some extra detail. Just to, you know, kind of make it my own, make it different. And let's do some connecting here, some pipes to connect the wheels, and then we'll draw the other ones back behind it. There we go. And so there's going to be a line going across to this wheel where the you know, metal connector is, like that. So there's going to be one over there. And I'm kind of going by, like, there's the center, that's where it's going out. So it's no big deal if you don't get it exactly right. I'm just kind of guiding or preparing for ooh, you know what? Let's do this. Because those are further back, I'm going to do it with the smaller Sharpie so they don't stand out as much as this front one. Because if it's back behind, we also want it more, you know, subtle, more back behind it. So I don't want it to stand out as much. Okay, so there's going to be the other wheel. Don't go through that. And there we go. So when I color it, you know, it'll be a darker color, but it's also subtle and back behind, like that. Yeah, maybe a little darker. You know what? This is an experiment. Didn't quite work. Let's go a little darker. It does look a little weird with that line so faint back there. But you know what? We tried. It didn't quite work, so we're just gonna correct it. Like that. Up here. And that's okay. But you know what? We tried. That's the most important thing. Try is better, or fail is better than not trying. You know? No. Yes, fail is better than not trying. I would rather fail than not try and never know. Oops, you know what I didn't leave? I didn't leave room for bars. Let's go ahead and just draw them through like that. No big deal. That's where they're connected. It's going to be colored in anyway, so I'm not worried about it. It's just saying that's where the bars are connected to hold us together. That's not the most important part anyway. This is. So I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is a Cat Scout. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So for Sunday Funday, that is a Cat Scout. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.